You've probably felt it before, that endless cycle of trying harder, visualizing more, working longer, yet somehow the money never flows the way it should. Everyone talks about money manifestation and law of attraction, but no one tells you the uncomfortable truth. The harder you chase you, the faster it runs. The problem isn't your effort, it's your energy frequency. You've been broadcasting scarcity to a universe that only speaks vibration, and that's why everything feels like resistance, like pushing a door that's meant to be pulled. What if the entire concept of earning is upside down? What if wealth was never about the chase, but about reversal, about quantum abundance moving toward you once you align your field? The quantum field doesn't reward exhaustion, it rewards resonance. And when your wealth vibration finally syncs with universal flow, money begins showing up in ways logic can't explain. Because energy flow always precedes material flow. That's the secret most gurus won't say out loud. Abundance isn't something you run after. It's something you remember how to receive. In this video, you'll learn the 5-step quantum system that flips your entire financial reality. A system rooted in energy alignment, subconscious reprogramming, and the science of quantum manifestation. These aren't affirmations or lucky rituals. They're energetic mechanics that change how money behaves around you. Once you understand this, you'll stop chasing success and start magnetizing it. Because money doesn't come to those who chase, it flows to those who radiate. So before we begin, take a breath. Let go of everything you think you know about effort and control, and prepare to see why the richest people aren't the hardest workers. They're the most aligned ones. And if this message already resonates, make sure you subscribe right now. Turn on notifications and stay until the end, because what you'll learn today has the power to reverse your money flow forever. For years, people have been told to visualize and to repeat affirmations, to chase that feeling of money manifestation like it's a finish line. But what if they've been running in the wrong direction? The truth is, most people try to manifest money fast from a place of lack, not power. They push, they force, they hustle, all while the quantum field quietly mirrors back their struggle. In reality, the law of attraction doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to energetic truth. The universe doesn't hear your words. It feels your vibration. When your financial vibration says, "I don't have enough," it keeps you looping in scarcity, no matter how many vision boards you create. The secret most never hear is that quantum abundance isn't about asking for more. It's about aligning with what's already flowing. Imagine you're trying to tune an old radio. You don't scream at it to change the station. You simply adjust the energy frequency until you find the clear sound. Money works the same way. You can't attract wealth by chasing it. You attune your inner abundance to the frequency of money, and suddenly life begins to move in your favor. Not because you're working harder, but because you've entered vibrational alignment. The real manifestation secrets aren't found in effort, but in calibration. Think about it. How often do people pray, meditate, or visualize while still feeling broke? That emotional state, that subtle lack tone, is the exact signal blocking their money flow. You can't fool the energy field. It reads your emotion, not your mantra. If your subconscious is programmed with fear or self-doubt, you'll unconsciously repel opportunities that match prosperity. That's why subconscious reprogramming is one of the most powerful manifestation techniques in existence. It's not mystical, it's neurological. Neuroscientists like Joe Dispenza have shown that thought and emotions sculpt the quantum energy that reality is built upon. He often says, "You can't create a new future holding on to the emotions of the past." And that's exactly where most people sabotage their wealth consciousness. They repeat affirmations from their mind while their body still vibrates with anxiety. The mind says abundance, but the body says fear. That's a broken circuit in the energy flow. To heal it, one must learn to rewire the mind for abundance by merging emotion and belief. What ancient teachers called the union of heart and thought. When those merge, conscious creation activates, and the universe begins responding instantly. A simple example. Someone working endless hours to prove they deserve success. On the surface, that looks noble. But energetically, it screams chasing money. It broadcasts unworthiness. The quantum mindset flips this pattern. Instead of striving to be worthy of receiving, you remember that you already are. That awareness is the energetic alignment that turns you into a money magnet. The more you let go of the need to prove yourself, the stronger your wealth vibration becomes. It's like unclenching your fist so something new can finally land in your palm. People often ask, but doesn't hard work matter? Of course it does, but aligned work is not the same as forced action. One comes from flow, the other from fear. The abundance mindset doesn't reject effort, it refines it. It teaches you to act when your energy of money feels light and expansive, not heavy and urgent. In that state, you experience flow state, where inspiration meets opportunity. This is where spiritual wealth begins, not through exhaustion, but through resonance. When your energy sings abundance, life harmonizes around you. So, the next time you sit to visualize, ask yourself this: are you sending a signal of lack or of certainty? Because your money frequency will amplify whatever you feel most often. You've not failed at manifestation, you've just been wired backward. And the good news? That wiring can be reversed. The abundance field is always listening, waiting for your signal to shift. The moment you stop chasing and start receiving, everything begins to rearrange. And soon, you'll see why most people never experience quantum transformation. Because they're too busy forcing what they were born to magnetize. There's a reason why some people practice money manifestation for years and never break through. They're unknowingly carrying 3 invisible blocks that short-circuit their quantum abundance. These blocks don't come from bad luck or external forces. They're energetic programs buried deep within the subconscious. They quietly interfere with your energy frequency, like static on a radio that keeps you from hearing the music of the universe. Once you identify these manifestation blocks, your energy flow returns, and the abundance field opens like a river that was waiting behind a dam you didn't know you built. The first block is emotional debt, the unresolved feelings you carry about money. It's the guilt of earning more than your parents, the shame of past mistakes, or the silent belief that wealth is unspiritual. Every time you feel bad about wanting prosperity, you send a signal of resistance into the quantum field. That resistance vibrates lower than financial vibration, keeping abundance just out of reach. To release it, you must rewire your mind for abundance through compassion and forgiveness. Remember, quantum manifestation responds to permission, and if you can't emotionally allow wealth, you'll unconsciously block it. The second block is energetic inconsistency. You meditate one day and panic the next. You say, "I trust the universe," but refresh your bank app 5 times before breakfast. That oscillation confuses your energy field and scrambles your money frequency. The universe can't deliver a clear signal when your vibration keeps flipping between faith and fear. The solution? Cultivate emotional neutrality. Instead of reacting to every bill or delay, anchor yourself in vibrational alignment. This doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means mastering your quantum mindset so external chaos can't shake your internal stability. Then comes the third and most dangerous block: chasing energy. This one hides behind productivity, ambition, and even spirituality. You hustle, you work on yourself, you endlessly chase success under the illusion of progress. But the truth? Chasing is a form of resistance disguised as movement. The harder you push, the more the energy of money slips through your fingers. The law of attraction works through magnetism, not pursuit. When you learn to stop chasing money, your frequency shifts from hunting to receiving. It's the quantum version of the phrase, "be still and know." Imagine someone constantly worrying about how to pay their bills. Their mind keeps sending panic through the energy frequency of fear. That vibration can't receive abundance. It only attracts more experiences that match its tone. Now imagine the same person taking 10 deep breaths, feeling gratitude for what they have, and letting go of control. That simple shift in energy flow is what Joe Dispenza teachings call coherence. When your heart and mind sync, your electromagnetic field expands, creating a magnetic pull that draws opportunities naturally. That's how spiritual money begins to flow. One practical step: write down your repeating money fears, then burn or bury that paper as a symbolic reset of your subconscious reprogramming. This ancient act, found in both mystical and psychological traditions, signals your nervous system that the past no longer rules you. It's not about the ritual itself, it's about the energy shift it triggers within you. Every time you release, you open space for quantum transformation to occur. And as your wealth vibration rises, you'll start to notice coincidences, unexpected calls, new clients, ideas that suddenly make sense. That's not luck, that's alignment. Most people never realize these 3 blocks are interconnected. Guilt fuels inconsistency, And inconsistency feeds chasing. It's a self-perpetuating cycle of scarcity. But once awareness enters, the pattern dissolves. Your wealth consciousness begins to stabilize, and abundance codes hidden within your DNA reactivate. From there, the universe stops feeling distant. It becomes responsive, intimate, alive. And that's where the next great secret reveals itself. Why chasing money doesn't just slow your manifestation. It actually drowns your energy frequency before it ever reaches flow. Most people don't realize that every time they chase money, they're actually pushing it further away. The act of chasing sends a subtle signal to the quantum field, a declaration that you don't have what you want. That vibration of lack becomes your energetic identity. It's like trying to catch your reflection in water. The more you stir, the more distorted it becomes. True money manifestation isn't about running after wealth. It's about matching its energy frequency. You can't pursue what you're meant to attract. You have to become a vibrational match to the frequency of money and let it flow toward you. Chasing money is exhausting because it drowns your energy in resistance. The harder you try to control outcomes, the more your nervous system slips into survival mode. That state shuts down creativity, intuition, and synchronicity, the exact channels where quantum abundance appears. You might feel productive, but energetically you're swimming upstream. Imagine working harder and harder while the current of abundance flow keeps pulling the other way. That's the paradox of over-effort. You don't need more effort. You need vibrational alignment. The moment you relax your grip, the energy of money starts finding its way back. A simple test. Notice how your body feels when you think about bills or goals. Is your chest tight? Your breath shallow? That's your energy field showing resistance. Most people mistake that tension for motivation, but it's actually dissonance. To reverse it, practice receiving energy instead of projecting fear. Sit quietly and visualize money not as numbers, but as a living current of quantum energy moving toward you. Feel it choosing you. That's not daydreaming. It's conscious creation. Your subconscious reprogramming starts when your emotions believe what your mind imagines. One of the most overlooked truths is that money energy responds to relaxation, not urgency. Think about the moments in your life when opportunities appeared effortlessly. A call from someone unexpected, a client finding you out of nowhere. Those weren't coincidences, they were signs of energetic alignment. When you stop chasing success and start trusting universal laws, you allow quantum manifestation to do its job. It's the same reason magnets don't run after metal. Their stillness is their power. In the same way, calm confidence is the magnetism of prosperity. To reverse the drain, start observing your daily thoughts about money. Catch the inner dialogue that says, "I need to make this happen," and replace it with, "I'm open to receiving." That single phrase rewires the quantum mindset. It tells the abundance field you're ready to cooperate, not compete. And when your emotional tone softens, the flow state reactivates. This is why Joe Dispenza teachings often emphasize the elevated emotion. Gratitude, joy, and certainty broadcast a higher wealth vibration than fear ever could. They call money home. Now picture this. Two people launch the same project. One hustles from dawn to dusk, worried about failure. The other works fewer hours but stays grounded, aligned, trusting the energy flow. Guess who ends up thriving? Always the one who lets go. Because letting go isn't giving up. It's shifting to a higher frequency, where things start unfolding without effort. That's the essence of spiritual abundance. Doing less with more presence. Once you stop drowning your energy in control, you rise to the surface. And that's where prosperity breathes. As you start practicing this reversal, something remarkable happens. You begin to notice how wealth attraction follows your peace, not your plans. The more you release control, the more synchronicities line up. Clients appear, ideas emerge, timing perfects itself. You realize the quantum shift never came from chasing money. It came from remembering that abundance was chasing you all along. And when that truth settles in, you're finally ready to learn the next revelation, how to flip the flow of money entirely, to make it move toward you as naturally as breath itself. There's a silent moment in every seeker's journey where they realize money was never meant to be chased. It was meant to be invited. The quantum reversal begins when you stop reaching outward and start turning inward, where your energy field holds the real controls of reality. The law of attraction doesn't respond to your efforts. It mirrors your state of being. So if you're chasing, you're sending the signal that what you want is missing. But if you radiate fulfillment, you magnetize more of it. To flip the flow of money, you must first shift your energy frequency from desire to embodiment, from wanting to being. This isn't a metaphor. It's quantum energy physics. Every emotion, thought, and belief emits a measurable vibration. That vibration communicates with the quantum field, sculpting the invisible blueprint of your life. When you hold the frequency of money, you stop acting like a beggar and start vibrating like a creator. You become the broadcasting tower of abundance mindset. Think of your emotions as a tuning fork. If you vibrate scarcity, you attract echoing scarcity. But if you resonate prosperity, you call forth matching realities. That's quantum manifestation in action, simple, subtle, and profoundly scientific. The reversal begins with awareness. Most people operate on autopilot, reacting to circumstances instead of consciously steering their energy flow. To reverse the current, practice what I call energetic stillness. Before you make a decision, take a breath and ask, is this action aligned with my wealth vibration or with my fear? This simple pause rewires your subconscious reprogramming. It interrupts the old survival signal that keeps broadcasting not enough. Over time, that pause becomes your power. It allows the abundance field to rearrange itself around your calm confidence, not your panic. Here's a story that illustrates it perfectly. A woman once told me she'd been affirming abundance for months with no result. I asked her how she felt when she checked her account. Anxious, she said. That anxiety was the real affirmation the universe was hearing. I told her to try something radical. Every time she checked her balance, she'd say, I bless this money and release it with gratitude. 2 weeks later, she called me crying, not from lack, but from overflow. Opportunities had appeared out of nowhere. That's energetic alignment in motion. Gratitude flipping the current. See, the energy of money is feminine by nature, receptive, fluid, intuitive. It doesn't respond to aggression, it responds to safety. When you stop forcing and start trusting, you create that safety. This is why Joe Dispenza teachings often emphasize coherence. When the mind and heart agree, the quantum field collapses into alignment. You don't make things happen, you allow them to crystallize through frequency. The shift is internal, but the results are unmistakably physical. This is where divine prosperity begins, not through demand, but through resonance. To maintain the reversal, treat every financial exchange as an energetic conversation. When you pay bills, do it with gratitude, not resentment. When you receive money, honor it, even small amounts, as proof that the universal laws are responding to you. Each transaction is a micro-manifestation. If you infuse those moments with joy instead of anxiety, your money frequency strengthens. Over time, that vibration forms a feedback loop. The more you bless, the more you receive. The quantum transformation occurs when giving and receiving become the same spiritual act. Once you master this reversal, you start to sense money as movement, not material. You'll notice synchronicities aligning perfectly, clients calling at the right moment, ideas landing effortlessly, timing flowing in your favor. You're no longer chasing, you're being carried. That's when you finally understand quantum abundance isn't a miracle, it's a mechanism. And as you embody that mechanism, you're ready for the next step, decoding the structure behind this entire process, the 5-step quantum system that makes stop chasing money more than a mantra. It becomes a way of life. There's a hidden structure beneath every effortless manifestation, a rhythm that the universe follows like a silent dance. The truth is, stop chasing money isn't just advice. It's a formula, a 5-step quantum system that flips struggle into flow. These steps are not rituals, but energetic reprogramming codes. Once you understand them, the energy of money stops resisting you and starts orbiting around your vibration. Think of them as tuning dials for the quantum field. When you turn each one precisely, the static of scarcity fades and the music of quantum abundance begins to play. Step 1. Awareness of frequency. Most people try to manifest money fast without realizing they're tuned to fear. Your first task is to identify your dominant energy frequency. Notice your emotions when you think about wealth, anxiety, doubt, excitement. Those feelings are your broadcast. To shift them, engage in subconscious reprogramming, daily gratitude, affirmations, or visualization anchored in peace, not need. Even 5 minutes of genuine appreciation raises your wealth vibration faster than 10 hours of forced positivity. This is how you start communicating clearly with the quantum energy that shapes reality. Step 2. Emotional recalibration. The law of attraction amplifies what you feel, not what you say. When you're caught in tension, your signal collapses. To fix that, move into your body. Use breathwork, meditation, or music to reconnect with your inner abundance. This calms your nervous system, opening space for energy flow. As you enter coherence, you begin to feel wealth as a sensation before it becomes visible. That's the bridge between physical and spiritual money. Feeling rich before seeing richness. It's a paradox, but in the quantum mindset, emotion always precedes manifestation. Step 3. Embodied trust. Trust is not belief. It's the absence of resistance. The universe mirrors your confidence in it. If you doubt, it delays. If you relax, it delivers. Begin practicing trust signals daily, small acts of surrender, like spending joyfully, saying yes to an inspired idea, or detaching from an outcome. Each gesture tells your subconscious, I am safe to receive. Over time, your energy field adapts to this new baseline. The frequency of money starts matching your serenity, creating wealth attraction that feels almost unfair in its ease. Step 4. Alignment through action. Many misunderstand quantum manifestation as passivity, but aligned action is sacred. Once your energy is clear, opportunities appear. Your job is to respond. This is the moment of flow state, where intuition guides movement. Follow impulses that feel light, expansive, or fun. That's your abundance field signaling the next step. Remember, wealth isn't only about receiving, it's about circulating. As you give out, invest, or share from joy, the energy of money multiplies. Every aligned act tells the universe, I trust the flow. That's energetic magnetism in motion. Step 5. Integration and expansion. You've shifted frequency, embodied trust, and acted in flow. Now anchor the results. Integration means living from abundance, not visiting it. Treat prosperity as your normal state. Surround yourself with people, spaces, and habits that mirror divine prosperity. Read books like Think and Grow Rich or Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself to sustain your quantum mindset. The goal isn't to manifest anymore, it's to maintain resonance. When you master this step, your money flow becomes automatic. Wealth begins seeking you, not the other way around. Over time, you'll realize these 5 steps aren't linear. They spiral upward. Each cycle deepens your capacity to receive and amplify. The first time you apply them, you might attract small synchronicities, a refund, a new client, or unexpected help. But with consistency, those ripples turn into tidal waves of spiritual abundance. You'll start to sense that the universal laws are predictable, like gravity, and the only variable is your vibration. And that's when something remarkable happens. Money stops being a destination and becomes a reflection of your evolution. And as this system integrates into your daily life, you'll begin to sense something deeper emerging. That beyond methods and systems, there's a unique frequency that defines true freedom. The next revelation isn't about the process. It's about the energy signatures of wealth itself, the hidden codes that separate temporary gain from eternal prosperity. Every person radiates an invisible pattern, a unique signature written in quantum energy. Just like fingerprints, these patterns reveal your relationship with money. You might not see them, but the quantum field reads them instantly. The wealth you attract, the opportunities that appear, the delays that frustrate you, all respond to this energetic code. Most people believe financial freedom begins with numbers, but it begins with energy frequency. Your money manifestation depends less on strategy and more on the unseen rhythm you emit with every thought, emotion, and action. There are certain energy signatures that signal abundance and others that quietly repel it. The first signature of financial vibration is peace. Not passive calm, but confident ease. People who carry this frequency never rush or force. They trust their energy flow to organize reality. When you embody this peace, money feels safe approaching you. The energy of money is drawn to stability because chaos repels coherence. So, practice stillness before action. 5 minutes of grounded breathing can recalibrate your vibration faster than hours of overthinking. That's vibrational alignment in its most practical form. The second signature is gratitude without attachment. Many express gratitude as a tactic, a way to get more, but the abundance field doesn't respond to strategy. It responds to sincerity. Genuine gratitude doesn't ask, "What's next?" It says, "I already have everything I need." That emotion generates an electromagnetic wave of contentment that magnetizes more to appreciate. This is why masters of quantum manifestation appear effortlessly lucky. They've mastered the art of appreciation without expectation. They know that spiritual money isn't earned through tension, but received through joy. The third signature is self-worth. Your wealth consciousness cannot exceed your sense of deserving. Many people subconsciously feel guilt when abundance arrives, as if it's unearned. That guilt lowers their money frequency and sabotages the energy shift they've worked for. To fix this, practice mirror work. Look yourself in the eye each morning and affirm, "I am worthy of divine prosperity." Say it until it feels true. Your subconscious is programmable, and repetition is the language it understands. This daily act strengthens your energetic alignment and reclaims your authority over wealth. The fourth signature is generosity, but not reckless giving. Real generosity is knowing that the energy of money multiplies through circulation. When you give from overflow, not obligation, you confirm to the quantum field that abundance is your default. Donate, share, tip, or gift in ways that feel light. Every act becomes a declaration. I live in a world of infinite supply. That belief reprograms scarcity and amplifies quantum abundance. It's not about the amount you give, it's about the emotion you emit. The feeling of plenty attracts more of its kind. The fifth signature is joyful purpose. Money flows to meaning. When your actions serve others while lighting you up, you activate money magnetism. That's because joy is the purest energy frequency in existence. It vibrates higher than fear, guilt, or duty. People with flow-state careers aren't just lucky. They're harmonizing with universal intelligence. To find your joy, ask, "What would I still do if no one paid me?" That question reveals your natural frequency of prosperity. When you live from that frequency, wealth attraction becomes inevitable, not forced. And here's the part no one talks about. These signatures can be seen, felt, and measured by others. People sense your field before you speak. Opportunities feel drawn to you without logic. Synchronicities cluster around your timeline like magnetic dust. That's the mark of quantum transformation. You no longer chase or calculate, you emanate. Financial freedom, then, isn't a destination but a frequency. And as you embody these unseen signatures, you begin to notice something extraordinary. The universe has its own way of syncing your vibration with its limitless rhythm. That's where the next revelation begins. Learning how to tune your money frequency to the very pulse of universal abundance itself. Most people treat money frequency like a mystery they're trying to crack, but it's more like tuning an instrument. If you're slightly off-key, the melody of your life sounds tense and incomplete. Syncing with universal abundance is about harmony, about matching the rhythm of giving and receiving that the quantum field constantly broadcasts. The law of attraction is nothing more than resonance in motion. What you vibrate, you summon. When your wealth vibration sings in tune with that universal hum, everything from opportunity to peace starts moving toward you effortlessly. The first step is awareness. Pay attention to your emotional tone throughout the day. Every thought about money sends a pulse into the energy field. Are your pulses sharp with anxiety or smooth with gratitude? When you notice tension, pause and breathe until your inner rhythm slows down. That act alone changes your energy flow. It's not imagination. Studies like those referenced in Joe Dispenza teachings show that your electromagnetic field expands when you feel calm appreciation. That's what it means to sync, your biology and your beliefs dancing in coherence. The second step is ritualizing alignment. The universe loves consistency. Chaos confuses it. Create daily moments that calibrate your quantum mindset, morning gratitude, visualization, or simply sitting in silence feeling already abundant. Think of it as tuning your emotional instrument before performing. Without this daily tuning, your money manifestation goes flat. The more rhythm you bring to your energy, the clearer your money frequency becomes. Over time, you start feeling connected to something larger, an infinite abundance field that's been waiting for you to play in key. Then comes detachment. This is where most people struggle because they think letting go means losing control. In truth, detachment is the most magnetic state possible. It tells the quantum field, I trust you. When you stop trying to manage outcomes, you create a vacuum, and nature fills vacuums with flow. That's spiritual abundance in practice. Imagine a surfer trying to control the ocean versus one who rides its rhythm. The wave always favors surrender. The moment you stop clinging, you align with the current of divine prosperity already moving toward you. The next step is embodiment. You must live as if the energy of money already circulates through you. This doesn't mean reckless spending. It means emotional congruence. Speak, move, and decide like someone who trusts their financial vibration. Your subconscious doesn't respond to what you want. It responds to who you believe you are. That's why subconscious reprogramming is essential. It installs abundance as identity, not as hope. When you fully embody prosperity, every action becomes a signal to the universe that you've already received. Now, cultivate resonance through contribution. The fastest way to amplify your money frequency is to circulate it through kindness, creativity, or sharing what you know. The universe operates on exchange, not hoarding. When you become a source of value, you merge with the universal laws that govern expansion. Every time you uplift someone else, you broadcast the signal, I am abundant. That vibration multiplies faster than any financial strategy because it aligns with the field's natural expansion. Giving is not loss, it's reinforcement of flow. And finally, realize that syncing with universal abundance isn't a one-time achievement. It's a lifestyle of calibration. You'll slip out of tune sometimes. Stress, fear, comparison, but awareness brings you back. Each recalibration deepens your mastery of the quantum shift. Over time, the practice becomes effortless. Your thoughts hum with clarity. Your emotions vibrate peace. Your life becomes a living symphony of money energy. And once that harmony is steady, you're ready to step into a higher octave, where manifestation leaves the personal realm and enters the multidimensional one, manifesting in 4D. Most people live in what could be called the 3D money loop, where hard work, worry, and linear logic rule everything. They think success only comes through time and effort, not realizing they're bound by the density of the scarcity mindset. But manifesting in 4D breaks that loop entirely. The fourth dimension isn't a place, it's a state, a shift in perception where you operate through energy frequency rather than circumstance. In 4D, you don't chase outcomes, you magnetize them through coherence. It's not magic, and it's quantum manifestation applied consciously. The transition begins when you realize that thoughts aren't the final cause, emotions are. In 3D, people repeat affirmations while still vibrating fear. In 4D, you fuse emotion and intention so powerfully that the quantum field has no choice but to mirror your state. Imagine a radio tower that doesn't broadcast words, but feelings. The universe speaks that language fluently. When your heart radiates wealth vibration, the law of attraction reorganizes matter to match it. That's why 4D manifestors often look lucky. Their energy is doing the heavy lifting. To rise into this state, you must dissolve identification with lack. The scarcity mindset is built on linear cause and effect. If I work harder, I'll earn more. But in the higher octave of quantum abundance, effort becomes secondary to alignment. When your energy flow resonates with expansion, reality bends around it. Think of it as updating the operating system of your life, from manual input to automatic synchronization. You move from I make it happen to I allow it to happen. That surrender is not weakness, it's mastery of vibration. One powerful way to enter 4D is through emotional rehearsal, a technique rooted in Joe Dispenza teachings. Visualize your future self already living financial freedom, but don't just see it, feel it. Feel the gratitude, peace, and confidence as if it were now. That emotional simulation imprints your subconscious reprogramming with new neural and energetic patterns. Soon your body doesn't know the difference between imagined and real abundance. The quantum field reads that frequency and begins to align physical outcomes with your inner movie. In this dimension of spiritual abundance, logic gives way to intuition. Synchronicities replace strategies. You'll notice coincidences, an email at the perfect time, a chance meeting, unexpected income. But these are not random. They're responses to your upgraded energy frequency. The more you trust the pattern, the more it compounds. This is money magnetism in its purest form, the art of attracting without effort, commanding without control. Reality becomes interactive, like a lucid dream that answers your emotions faster than thought. To maintain your position in 4D, you must guard your emotional state like sacred ground. Negative news, toxic people, or fear-based conversations can pull you back into 3D density. Protect your focus as if it were currency, because energetically, it is. Curate your environment, the content you consume, and even your inner dialogue. Each choice either strengthens your abundance mindset or weakens it. Remember, manifestation techniques are not about doing more. They're about being more centered, more certain, more still. And as you stabilize in this higher dimension, something extraordinary occurs. Time itself bends in your favor. Opportunities that once took months begin unfolding in days. You realize that quantum magnetism isn't about creating new realities. It's about aligning with those that already exist. The next step in this journey reveals the hidden key to sustaining that expansion, understanding the delicate balance between receiving and chasing, the spiritual science that governs all true prosperity. If you've ever wondered why some people seem to receive everything effortlessly while others chase endlessly, the answer lies in spiritual science. The universe operates on energy flow, not effort. Chasing emits the frequency of lack, a signal that says, "It's not here yet." Receiving, on the other hand, vibrates as trust. "It's already mine." The law of attraction doesn't reward hard work alone. It responds to resonance. So while the chaser runs faster, the receiver simply aligns deeper. That's why money manifestation works faster, when you stop grasping and start allowing. Receiving is not passive. It's an advanced form of mastery. It means your inner world vibrates so coherently that the outer world has no choice but to rearrange itself. This is what ancient mystics called the feminine principle. Magnetism instead of motion. You don't chase the energy of money. You become the vessel through which it flows. When you embody spiritual abundance, you're no longer trying to control the current. You are the current. And from that calm authority, quantum abundance begins to take tangible form in your reality. The key difference between chasing and receiving lies in nervous system chemistry. The chaser operates from adrenaline, fight or flight mode, which narrows perception and blocks intuition. The receiver lives in flow state, where dopamine and oxytocin expand awareness. Science now proves what mystics knew. The body's emotional state is the gatekeeper of manifestation. Joe Dispenza teachings describe this as coherence, when heart and brain vibrate in sync. In that harmony, the quantum field mirrors peace back to you in the form of opportunities, synchronicities, and wealth. Imagine two entrepreneurs launching the same business. One checks sales obsessively, fueled by fear. The other trusts timing, focusing on joy and value. A month later, the second is thriving, not because she worked less, but because her energy frequency communicated confidence. The universe reads emotional code, not effort. When you receive energy with gratitude, you expand your magnetic field. That's why giving thanks before the result is the secret to collapsing time. Gratitude bends the quantum probabilities in your favor. Receiving also requires self-worth. You can't let in what you secretly believe you don't deserve. Most people subconsciously push away divine prosperity because they feel guilty for wanting it. That guilt fractures their energy field and interrupts the money flow. The cure is radical acceptance. It's safe for me to have more. Say it often. Feel it. Write it. Every repetition reprograms the subconscious and repairs your wealth vibration. The more worthy you feel, the more the abundance field recognizes you as a natural conduit for expansion. The deeper you go into the science of receiving, the more you see it's not about money. It's about frequency balance. The quantum mindset understands that giving and receiving are the same circuit. When you block one, you weaken both. That's why generosity multiplies prosperity. It keeps the current moving. This is energetic alignment in practice, a dynamic, breathing exchange. To receive fully, you must also let energy circulate outward through contribution, gratitude, and purpose. The more open your circuit, the faster quantum transformation unfolds. And finally, understand this. The spiritual path of prosperity is not about control but communion. The universe isn't testing you, it's tuning you. When you stop chasing and start harmonizing, you don't get money. You become money's natural habitat. That's the evolution of wealth consciousness, from effort to essence. And once that truth anchors, a new identity begins to form, one where you're no longer the seeker of abundance, but the very source from which abundance flows. At some point in every seeker's journey, there comes a realization so powerful that it rewires everything you thought you knew about wealth. You were never meant to chase money. You were meant to generate it. The greatest shift in wealth consciousness happens when you stop identifying as the receiver and start embodying the source. The quantum field doesn't respond to what you want. It mirrors who you are. When you see yourself as the origin of money energy, you flip your entire financial reality. You move from scarcity to sovereignty, from waiting to creating. This shift is what spiritual teachers call identity alchemy. You dissolve the old version of yourself, the one defined by external results, and step into a state of quantum abundance that radiates naturally. The abundance mindset isn't about convincing yourself of abundance. It's about remembering that you've been abundance all along. You become the frequency that everything else tunes to. In this vibration, your actions no longer come from fear or need. They emerge from clarity and contribution. That's the mark of energetic alignment. Your doing flows from being. To build this identity, start with embodiment rituals. Each morning, instead of asking, "How do I make more money?" ask, "How can I express more abundance today?" That simple reframe changes your entire energy frequency. Maybe it's sharing knowledge, helping someone, or simply feeling gratitude for the energy flow already moving through you. The law of attraction amplifies identity faster than intention. Who you believe you are determines what the universe mirrors back. When you live as the source, you naturally attract situations that reflect your internal wealth. Your money flow becomes effortless because you've stopped trying to get anything. You start realizing that clients, opportunities, and prosperity are drawn to you because they feel your vibrational alignment. Like sunlight, you don't ask permission to shine. You just do. The energy of money loves certainty. When you walk through the world knowing you are the creator of value, that conviction becomes magnetic. Every project, conversation, and thought carries your signature of spiritual money. You've become the frequency others want to connect with. A practical example. One entrepreneur I coached shifted from desperation to leadership by changing a single sentence in her morning journaling. She stopped writing, "I hope clients come," and began writing, "I am the light that attracts aligned clients daily." Within weeks, her wealth vibration doubled, not because she worked more, but because her self-image broadcasted confidence instead of need. That's quantum transformation in action, identity reshaping reality. She became the source, and reality adjusted to her new script. Once you live as the source, you stop measuring abundance by external validation. You begin feeling it as an internal rhythm, a calm knowing that life responds to your inner stability. That's divine prosperity, the moment when material success is simply an echo of your spiritual expansion. Money no longer defines you. It reflects you. You don't manage energy, you emanate it. You don't compete, you create. The seeker dies, and the sovereign awakens. That is the rebirth of wealth consciousness on a quantum level. And as this new identity stabilizes, you realize the ultimate paradox. Abundance isn't something you manifest. It's what you remember. You were never meant to beg the universe. You were designed to co-create with it. The separation between you and the abundance field dissolves completely. Every breath becomes circulation. Every thought becomes currency. Every act becomes sacred. You are no longer searching for wealth because you've become the very pattern that generates it. And now, standing in that truth, the cycle is complete, yet only beginning. Now that you've seen the truth behind quantum abundance, the real question is, will you apply it or keep chasing what's already running toward you? The universe isn't holding anything back. It's matching your signal. Every thought, every emotion, every choice sends a frequency into the quantum field. So, what will you broadcast from this moment on? Fear or faith, scarcity or flow? Because the second you change your inner vibration, the outer world begins to rearrange itself around your new truth. Maybe the only thing you ever needed wasn't another job, another opportunity, or another plan, but a new energy frequency. The willingness to let go of resistance and trust your money magnetism, the courage to stop chasing and start receiving. You've already learned the manifestation techniques that make this possible. Now it's about living them. Wealth isn't waiting in your future. It's coded in your energy of money right now. The moment you align, the flow begins. So ask yourself, are you ready to stop running and finally let money find you? Are you ready to embody spiritual abundance, to become the calm force that draws opportunities instead of chasing them? Because the wealth vibration you hold today will shape everything you experience tomorrow. No one can do this for you, but the universe is already conspiring with you the second you decide to align. Remember, abundance doesn't start with a number. It starts with energy, with you, with the quiet certainty that you are already the source. And when you act from that certainty, quantum transformation becomes inevitable. If this message resonated with you, don't let it fade. Subscribe to the channel right now, turn on the notifications, and share this video with someone who's been chasing instead of receiving. Together, we're building a space where abundance mindset becomes a lifestyle, not a theory. So the choice is yours. Will you keep chasing, or will you finally step into the current that's been chasing you all along?